Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's update brought a massive nerf to the directed mode, specifically for those of you that are using it for camo grinding. Now Treyarch was not super specific in their patch notes, but I'm going to lay out all of those details for you, and it's actually more impactful than you may realize. But honestly though, it is time that you kick directed mode to the curb entirely for camo grinding, and I'm going to show you how you can quite literally cut your camo grinding time in half. And I'm not talking just for headshots, but your special enemies as well, to help get you those opal camos. Let's go. All right, let's start off by talking about what has changed with the directed mode. So in today's patch notes, Treyarch had mentioned that they extended the time between rounds in the delay between spawning zombies after 5 looped rounds at the round cap in directed mode. So what this means is once you reach your round cap, whether that be round 11, round 15, whichever round that you are doing your camo grinding on, after you have looped through that round 5 times, you are then going to have an extended delay between the time you killed the last zombie and the time that the zombies are going to begin to respawn. Now, back when directed mode first came out and it started becoming popular, that we were doing our camo grinding and stuff in directed mode, I went through and I did a whole bunch of testing, round 11, round 15, and I compared the two and got all of the numbers and everything, and we determined that it was about 60 minutes, whether you were in round 11 or round 15. It really didn't make a whole big difference either way. It would take you approximately 60 minutes in order to grind out 2,000 headshots with whatever particular weapon that you were using, assuming it was fully automatic and you were doing it quickly. The snipers, of course, would take you longer. Knifing would probably take you longer as well, but either way, that was about it. And as we did the testing there were 20 seconds from the time you killed the last zombie to the time you got the next set of zombies in was a 20-second time, and we factored that all in when we were determining how long it was going to take you to get the headshots. So now, after your 5th looped round here in directed mode, instead of that 20-second delay between the time you killed the final zombie and your next wave of zombies, it has been increased to 35 seconds. Now, yeah, that is only 15 seconds, but that is 15 seconds every single round that you play, and that is almost, what is that? That's a 75% increase. That's almost doubling. That's almost doubling the amount of time that you were taking before. So you're only going to get 5 rounds of zombies before you start getting this change, and that change is going to be every single round from there on forward. Now, I did do a save and quit, and I come back in and I did get the normal time again. So that seems to be likely what is going to happen. I did not try to reproduce that a whole bunch of times because honestly, I don't think that that is a feasible strategy anyway. But I guess if you wanted to save and quit every 5 rounds and it works for you, then, you know, I guess go for it. But you're really super wasting your time there. And you're going to go from about 60 minutes to roughly about an hour and a half in order to grind out to 2,000 headshots. So it is actually a massive difference here for you, because that is a lot of time that you're just going to be sitting there wasted, not killing zombies, not getting headshots, and not making any camo progress whatsoever. Treyarch really does not want us camo grinding in directed mode, but lucky for them, we have a much better way that you can get your 2,000 headshots in roughly 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your particular accuracy, and you can get all 30 of your special enemy kills for your opal camo in under 30 minutes. Yeah, it can be done. Let me show you how. Now, my goal after this video is that you never use the directed mode ever again in order to grind your camos, because this is a much faster way and a much better way in order for you to get these things done. Now, you have definitely seen these strategies before. I do things a little bit differently than some others, but I just kind of wanted to talk about these strategies here that you can use to do this. Now, I said you could get your headshots in about 30 to 45 minutes. Now, that does not factor in that it takes about 7 minutes in order for you to get this set up. But once you get it set up, you can just be grinding headshots by the thousands so quickly. It really is absolutely insane. So you're going to be over here on Citadel Daymore, and I like to turn on the Rampage Inducer, and I just burn my first 6 rounds right down here in the spawn until I have about 12,000 essence. And then once I do that, I go ahead and I turn off the rampage inducer, and I'm just going to go and open up the map like normal, the same as you would just going to the Pack-a-Punch. Easy peasy. Do this however you want. You can do the Rat King Easter egg. You can do the other Mr. Peak side quest for some free perks. You can do that all along the way if you want to do it. Most of the time I do it, even when I am just in here to grind camos, because it's nice to just get some free perks and help make things a little easier in the early going of this. But just go ahead, open up the map, go to Pack-a-Punch, kill the Doppelgast. I'll meet you there. Okay, then obviously grab the crystal, place it in the Pack-a-Punch machine. You should have enough money that you can go ahead and Pack-a-Punch at this point. If you do, go ahead. If you don't, that is also fine. But then go ahead right behind Quick Revive, turn on the story mission. Like I said, you have seen all of this before. And then, of course, you're going to head back to the night room. You're going to shoot all these crystals, line up all of the beams until you are able to get to the end there and obtain the brooch. Okay, now from there, this is typically the point where I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick it up, and if I need to upgrade my weapon at this point, this is the best time to do it, because you're about to be overwhelmed with zombies here for as long as you so choose to be overwhelmed with zombies for. And I like to grab this double points right here in the window as well, right before I place the brooch down, because that's just going to give me a whole bunch of essence here really quickly and allow me to maybe get some jug and some speed coal and everything. That's going to make my life easier. Now, my particular strategy is I like to come out to the front out here by Juggernog. Now, most every other video that I have seen out on YouTube, they are going back downstairs, back down toward Pack-a-Punch, and hiding in the little room and letting them come around the corner. And that is a perfectly fine strategy, but that is not going to work for every single weapon for you. You are going to struggle with pistols and sniper rifles and melee weapons. Anything that fires a little bit more slow than other weapons, you're going to struggle down in that very small, tight area down there, and you can get overrun relatively easily. But if you start bringing the zombies out here toward Jug, out toward the more openness that you got out in this area, you also have crafting tables available to you. You've got an arsenal machine available to you. So you have a little bit more resource available to you, and you have a lot more room to move around. You can go ahead and you can just funnel them through that door and just take out zombies. Leave your parasite alive. I know you've likely seen that before. And those of you that haven't, I do have full videos explaining all of this on the channel. You can go ahead and check those out. But of course, if you got a parasite, you want to leave it alive. Now, I would say you got to stay outside from underneath this room, because if you let the parasite come underneath there, then they're going to jump down in front of your bullets. So keep them out here more toward Jug, out into the open area here. But just go ahead and keep on funneling your zombies here. And you can do this to eternity. And depending on your accuracy, it'll take you about 30 to 45 minutes in order for you to grind out your 2,000 headshots. And that's using a fully automatic weapon. It usually took me right around 30 minutes from the time that I got started. Some of my more slower weapons was like 45 to 50 minutes with some of the sniper rifles, but this is the basic strategy. But I think this is a lot safer for the majority of people, and it's just as fast as doing it the other way. You just have a little bit more resource and a little bit more room to get away. Now, when it comes to melee weapons, there is another special little spot that you can go. Now, if you go ahead and just start leading your train of zombies, and of course, make sure you have melee macchiato, you're going to come out to this van that is right out here in this kind of courtyard area out in front of the main doors, and just jump up on top of this van. You can climb up on it, you can jump on it from the wall, and let the zombies climb up here. These little jump spots for the zombies make things a lot easier when it comes to melee weapons. I stood up here and grinded out all 2,000 of my power drill kills on my way here, trying to start working on the last of my opal camos. And this is the absolute best way for you to do melees, because you can kill most of the zombies while they're trying to do their climbing animation up to you. And if you get a little bit slowness, if a little lull here in the zombies, just head back just a little bit more here. But honestly, only once or twice did I ever really get a lull of zombies coming at me this way. But that is the best way for you to grind out the melee weapons as well. Now, of course, I mentioned at the start of the video that, you know, you can also get your opal camos. All 30 of your special enemy kills for that can be done in under 30 minutes. And I just recently made an entire video on this strategy, and it is absolutely incredible. And I used it to get all of my last opal camos that I needed, and it is incredibly fast. Just earlier today on stream, I got 2 opal camos completely in one game in under 40 minutes. 2 of them in one game in under 40 minutes, all 30 of the elites. And if you want to check that out and know exactly how to do that, go ahead and watch this video right here. Thank you all so much. My name is Cole Whip, and I'm out.